Hello, beautiful people. So I'm going to talk to you today with a principle, called Transformational Dilemma, and it's a very interesting phenomenon when we come into into a crisis, a health crisis, or any kind of type of crisis. We have to remember that the health crisis that you're going through, or any other form of crisis, is our biggest transformational opportunity. It creates the biggest opportunity for change, for growth, for metamorphosis, into your greatest self. And I talk about this on many different videos, but here I want to talk to you about what's called the transformational dilemma. The transformational dilemma is basically a principle that our body goes into a kind of push-pull. Yes, we want the change. Yes, we want the new program. Yes, we want the new health diet, ritual, routine, healthy eating. We want to lose that weight. We want to become pain-free. So we have to do some things to change our habits, because we all know by now, if you followed me, we are a product of our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual PEMs. Our PEMs are the habits of the physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional, right? So we have to understand that change has to come, and there's a push-pull between the wanting, the part of you that wants the change, and the part of you that really doesn't, and has this really, kind of hunking down, don't want change, fear of change, change is scary. I'm going to try and do everything I can to stop this change, even though change, as you know, is the only constant in life, right? But there's a part of us that wants it, and there's a part of us that doesn't. So that push-pull between the two is this kind of like is a phenomenon of this transformational dilemma. Do we want it? Do we not want it? Right. But how do we overcome that? Right. So how can we move into a kind of embracing change, growth and change, as this as a metamorphosis to our next level selves, to our growth? And again, through our health crisis, this is the fastest motivating change that we can ever experience. So it's a real opportunity, and I hope that you've got this by now. And I know that it's not easy to shift your mind, but that shift from a problem to a possibility and to an opportunity is such an important shift to make. So just picture, first of all, my father used to always say to me, when I was in a kind of tiz, or in a, oh my God, crisis kind of mode, he would say to me, the blocks, the building blocks all need to come tumbling down sometimes to be able to rebuild this building, this, the life that you want, the health that you want, or whatever it is, with your new design, with to fit you, to the one that you want, not the structure that society or your family of origin, or your previous your younger self wanted, right? So this kind of analogy really helped me to understand that, oh my God, we can feel like the whole building is just collapsing, the whole building, the whole structure, because we are literally scaffolding our experiences with our thoughts, with our beliefs, with our emotions, all of these, with our preconceptions, with our observations, with our meaning, the meaning that we've made over time. All of these are scaffolding. And sometimes it has to just all fall down. And that experience of all falling down is what I call, and my mentor, Eben Pagan, called the transformational dilemma. And so when we can find the kind of feeling of that transformational dilemma and reassure ourselves that this is what we're going through, then we can actually start to just allow the process of this kind of push-pull, or the kind of the uncomfortableness of that experience, to kind of just move through it and pass through it, right? So imagine a caterpillar who is going through the transformational or metamorphosis journey through into a butterfly, right? The metamorphosis of this experience is incredibly it's no easy task. It's not an easy, something easy that they can do. But of course, we see this happen in our life in front of us all the time, right? The change of the bugs into butterflies, and we can start to embrace that a little bit more. Just a little tiny 2% more in our lives will might create massive change in our lives, right? So embracing this, that the butterfly, when the chrysalis, the whole process has to be a meltdown into a soup of its own cells, and like a complete death. Basically, it feels like it's dying. It probably thinks it's dying, and then there are just these marginal cells that just start to align and start to fold, to start to emerge in this, to emerge the new form, to the new structure of the butterfly, right? And the butterfly emerges. So this has really helped me, over my healing journey, when my whole world seemed to be falling apart. To embrace this as a kind of transformational journey, as a dilemma. Your body is in this dilemma, but you are going to make that choice, either to stop, to stay the same, and with all the issues and the health issues and crises, because we know that these are messages from our higher selves to our selves now, to pull us up, to ignite us, to motivate us, to all these things, right? So if you do believe or don't believe in higher self or God or universal source or whatever you want to call it, the universe wants us to grow, right? This is the only thing that we can, this is the whole reason why we're here, is to actually grow, right? So it's a real calling. I keep saying this as well, it's a calling. So the transformational dilemma, just imagine that caterpillar going through that experience, and just try and breathe into it and feel it. Another one that I really like the analogy of is the lobsters. When in order for them to go into the transformation of their new skin, they have to shed their old skin and sit at the bottom of the ocean for I don't know how long. I think it's a couple of weeks. I used to love David Attenborough's animal shows, but literally in their wobbly kind of jelly-like internal body, they have to just sit there and just be terrified someone's going to come and pounce and eat them, and they all sit together so that they of course they have power in numbers, until their new skin, their new hard skin, their new shell is formed. So these kind of two analogies has really helped me, and they help my clients to kind of really understand that this is not just, once we can name it as this transformational dilemma, and we can understand that transformation is an unnerving process. We don't like change. There's a part of us that doesn't like change. It wants comfort. It wants our comfort zones. It wants to be familiar. It wants to, even if that familiar is incredibly uncomfortable, or it's what we know so far, and so it is the known, and therefore because it's known, it's comfortable, and that can also be very detrimental to our health, even when we know we do things to sabotage or to not be in vital health, right? So this can be really, really helpful to understand, right, as well. So it's a vital part of our journey, basically, of self-discovery and self-growth and personal growth. And we have to start to embrace change. So that you can unfold and unfurl and blossom into this beautiful butterfly that we are meant to be, right? This is analogy that I love. So I think a lot of people resonate with, because the butterfly is such a beautiful creature. And we can literally, if we stay out of structure, the chrysalis, the concrete, the known, and step into possibility, to step into opportunity, to step into this, and just that shift in mindset, that shift in perspective makes a massive shift into this now state of flow, into a state of unique expression of God, of source, of universe, that we are, right? And we allow this to unfurl, to blossom, to, you know, become the butterfly that we're meant to be. So, and this health crisis that you're going through, or any crisis, like I said, but health crisis is incredibly motivating because it really does allow kind of slap us across the face, wake us up to this possibility to transform. So the simple effect that I'm going to leave it there, but I just want to say that's why these simple and effective system for continuous change that I have called micro habits that heal is a continuous process that doesn't create so much internal conflict, because the push-pull effect, because it's slow. It's a slow process that you build over time, gradually over the months, so that you can have mass change, but over a small, like, you know, with less discomfort, because you're building slow habits over time, micro habits that heal, right? So this is, you know, why a lot of the health routines, the, you know, fitness routines, the diets people go through, there's too much change, and so this creates a lot of uncomfortableness, this push-pull, or this, you know, conflict, internal conflict of the one who wants to stay, the part that wants to stay the same, and the part that wants to grow and change, right? And this can be very disappointing when you fall off the routine, you know, or fall off the diet, and you start to feel this very heavy feeling of desperation and lack of wanting to try, or, you know, even hope that anything else will ever change. So I just wanted to just share that, because it's really important why this system that I have is very, very helpful. So how can you overcome it? By climatization. Basically, you're get used to this comfort of change. That is a vital thing. We have to change is coming, and unfortunately escalating in an exponential way. We get more and more change in we'll get more and more change in our lifetime than we've ever experienced before. So we better be ready for it. Let's fasten our seatbelts, guys, because it's going to be a ride of a lifetime. But it just means that if we can start to climatize faster, we could, with this concept of the transformational dilemma, and understanding how we want our comfort zone, and if we go through the comfort zone and out the other side is the, you know, fulfillment, the passion, the purpose, life that we've always wanted, and the unfurling of our, you know, butterfly inside. So soothing techniques that I have on my YouTube channel, like havening when you're feeling stressed, when you're feeling like, oh my God, my whole world is crumbling down, you know, just do some very simple havening, which is just rubbing up and down the arms, you know, going around the face, going down the back of the neck, touch, basically. Like the lost language of touch is one of my colleagues also called it. It's beautiful. This concept of being able to just hold yourself and feel the safety that provides, right? It makes a big difference. And also validate and calibrate your feelings about this, so you can understand that, yes, that I'm validating my scary feeling right now. I can hear it and speak to it just like a child, and I can start to give it encouraging words and unconditional love. I hear you, I feel you, I acknowledge you, I understand you, I love you. You know, this is another thing that I go on and on about, but it's so important that that crisis, health crisis, whatever crisis, is all about bringing us to our awareness of our lack of love, lack of self-love, usually, or lack of love in general in our bodies, right? So with that, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.